Hello, welcome back. We're jumping right into chapter 10. Moving forward. This chapter is based on welding processes. We're going to go over the ones that we actually cover here at the school. I'm not going to go a great deal. You go to page 148 in chapter 10, there's a list and that goes on about brazing, soldering, electro beam welding, and things like that. I'm going to focus on the ones that you guys are actually going to see. Probably the majority. I mean, there may be some oddball stuff you might encounter while you're in the street, but these are probably the most common. These 8. So for example, GMAW. When GMAW is by itself, that is spray transfer. When you see GMAW/S, that is short arc process. P stands for pulse. Say for any one of these, flux core, basically it's just flux core arc welding. Shielded metal arc welding is also commonly known as stick. And also a lot of people call this MIG. Any type of wire feed process, MIG. So there's a lot of shop lingo terms out there, but when you actually see a print designed by an engineer, he's going to use the technical name that actually needs to be performed. So where you might actually see these is probably in the tail. What I mean by the tail, so as you got your weld symbol and welding symbols, it might be GMAW/S, so that weld joint actually gets welded in short arc. That's where you're going to see it on a print. We also kind of want to do this chapter too, because when you're actually looking through and looking to get hired and you're looking at these ads in the paper and stuff, these are the terms that they're going to be used. Very, very irregular to have them actually spell out gas metal arc welding. Gas tungsten arc welding. Usually they use that acronym term. So this is what your test, you're going to be focused on these 8 welding processes. The book goes into a little bit of detail of how they're each performed and stuff like that and where they're used. But our main focus is what does that acronym mean and how is it welded? Where are you going to see it on print? And you're going to see it on these ads for when you actually get hired. And when you go to the company too in the interview process, they'll say, have you done any gas metal arc welding? They'll say, well, did you do any spray transfer? Did you do any short arc? Did you do any pulse? Did you do any gas tungsten arc welding while you were at the school? So this is what this chapter focuses on. Not so much a print reading activity, it's kind of when you see this on the print, you know what it is, or if you see this in an ad of getting hired, what is it? So be able to understand what all these are. Make sure flux core arc welding, shielded metal arc welding, not stick, and that's what your test will be focused on. So as we start moving forward, we're going to skip chapter 11. We're going to dive into chapter 12 and 13. We start getting into chapter 11 is based on threaded fasteners. That's more of a machinist welding print, or machinist print than rather an actual welding print that you're going to see on the shop floor. Gets into different sizes, coarse thread, fine thread, and all that stuff. We're not going to have you focus on it. I'm not going to waste your time. So we're going to move right into chapter 12 here shortly, and if you ever have any questions of what you're going to see on the prints and stuff like that, you're going to see these on the print. Now you should be able to understand what it's asking you. So if you see GMAW, okay, we're doing a spray transfer on this joint, 1/4 inch weld size, boom, boom, this and that. So if you have any questions, please contact your instructor.